Welcome back, everybody. This is Jason Seacrest. We are going to complete our teddy bear character, and at the end of the last video we just expanded all of our lines. We basically used live paint to fill in. We did use a little bit more of the segments as well as the knife tool to basically do all of our separations, so we do have all of our separates. So for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to add in our stitches. We are going to add in some cast shadows as well, and we're going to give you some little simple versions of that. So let's just go in, and where is our pen tool or our paintbrush? So little tidbit, I usually tell everyone create a fun little light source. So now I know where the sun is coming from. So this is our fake little sun. You do not have to do this, by the way. This is just, alright, we have a sun. So on any time it hits, that's going to be our highlight. And then on the cast side, that's going to be where our shadows are going to go. So let's do some very simple versions of that. So I'm zooming in here. I've got some lights, I've got some darks. So let's just do version number 1. Now version number 1, we could totally use our knife tool. So if I go knife, I select it first with the black arrow. And then all I want to do is keep it nice and straight and come around. And then typically all I do is go one up. That's version 1. So let's just do that on the top of the head here. So I select it, knife tool, and I just want a nice little curve coming around. Now if I say, hey, I want to do that a little bit cleaner, no problem. It will try to smooth things out to make your life a little bit easier. Just remember, before coloring, deselect, come back over, and then just do a nice little one-up. Alright, let's do the ear. Notice that I selected it first. I'm going to go right through our little half here. Deselect, white. Let's just do a nice little loop here. So just in case you don't deselect, just so you can see what's going to happen, it's just going to color everything. So if I deselect, then come back, grab the shape, then I'm going to be able to grab it. Alright, let's come over here. I just want the top of the arm. While this one is still selected, maybe we want the top of the finger right here. I can hold down shift. We'll just one up it. Good. And I'm going to say this part of the finger, and we'll do top of the toes. I think I'm going to be okay with, maybe we'll do a little bit of the cheek too. So it's just going to come right through there, nice and simple. Now, just in case it is not working for you, let me just tell you, because it's a very, very easy tool. The only thing that would make it not work is if I start in the middle and then I do something like that. So just notice right here and right here, I did not go through the line. So if it's going to cut into the shape, it has to pass through the edge. So notice that I start on the outside and then I finish on the outside. I deselect, I come back in, and then I'm able to color it. Color. What do you think? I say that we'll do a little bit of this belly. So I'm going to select it, knife tool. Since we're having so much fun with it, and we'll just do this little bit of a toe, and we'll call it the highlights done. And again, what this tool is doing is it's preventing us from having to build a bunch of silly shapes and then do Pathfinder. So again, all of this is to avoid Pathfinder. So if you're getting frustrated with it, here's a good little solution. Okay, looking good. So now I want to do our little cast shadows. So I'm going to do one pretty much foot here, kind of going through the butt under the arm, maybe a little bit under the ear here. And I think that'll do most of what I want. So let's go far side first. And now it's basically the same thing. We're just going to, instead of one down, we're going to go one up. I probably should have been saying one down the last time. I know. So we're going to go knife. And I want a nice little loop. There you go. Deselect. Now it's going to go darker. Let's do one here. Oh, where do I want it? Let's say this is going to go through the palm. And we're going to come back and we're going to finish it. So notice that it would fill all of this in. So I want to make sure that I enclose that. There we go. So now I can just grab the bottom. So notice that if I didn't have this, it would have just whoop, grabbed the whole thing. A little bit darker. Nice little arm. Let's go all the way through with it. Good. Notice that I deselected. I feel like I need a whole video just on deselecting. Your lives will be so much easier. Alright, let's just go right through the bottom there. Deselect. Alright, I'm going to go right here. Let's do another one on the foot. Now let's just say, let's do a little bit more of a complicated one so you can see all the little things you can do with this tool. So I still have this selected. So let's just say the face might be casting a shadow and then the belly might be casting a shadow. So I'm going to have all these little weird shapes. So notice I deselected. I'm holding down shift. And then I can come over. Now if I want these to be all connected, I can always just unify and unite those shapes. So then I don't have any weird ghostly things happening within my shadows. Alright, let's do a big fun one. Maybe this one's going to go all the way through the heel into the belly. Alright, let's do another big long one. I'm going to do the same thing. So notice that we went through that heel. I want to go through this heel. And that's basically going to stop right at his butt. So I have it selected. Let's go knife tool. Way out there. Let's say right there. I'm okay with that. Make your lives easy, right? There's really no right or wrong with this. As long as it looks like it's a shadow where it's supposed to be, it'll pretty much read okay. Alright, looking good. Let's get rid of our weird sun. It's bothering me. So what we're going to do is a little bit of a stitch right through here, and then I think we can call this a day. We might do a little bit with a fun little effect, but I haven't decided on it yet. So I do have a black stroke. I'm going to go Shift C again. And what I'm looking to do is just aim kind of through the middle there. As long as it's mimicking pretty closely to the back. So this line coming around, I think it'll read pretty nicely for you. So I'm going to grab this one. Let's go Shift. Actually, I'm just doing C right now. I'm just seeing where I want it to end. So C is scissor, by the way. We haven't used that tool today. As long as I am on, and I'll zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. Shame, shame, shame. So C is just going to cut. So if I say, hey, I want to cut, I'm just going to be on that line. I'm going to cut it. select a part that you want to get rid of, and then I can just get rid of delete. Now what's fun is when you are doing that with the brush, that you're able to do it and it doesn't mess everything up. So a lot of times you'll see me use the scissor tool along with our brushes. Now which one I'm looking for? Now as long as it's pretty subtle, I'm okay with it. Sure, why not? Now I'm going to keep on the same one, so we're going to do a bunch of little segments. So I'm going to go segment, segment. All right, you guys want to have some fun? Let's have some fun. I'm going to select both of those. Typically the shorter they are, so notice the longer these lines get, the smoother they get. The shorter they get, the more little tiny things that pop in there. So I have them both selected right now. I'm going to come up to Object. Let's go Object. We're going to come down to Blend. I'm going to go Make. If it gives you a whole bunch, that's okay. Go down to Blend. We're going to go to Blend Options. And I want to do right around 13-ish. Looking good. Now most of this we can clean up. I'm just going to basically grab it, and they should all come together. I'm going to go Object, Expand. Do it again. Let's go Effect, Warp. Let's do a little bit of an arc and see what's up. Alright, I think that's pretty close to what we're looking for. So right now I've got, let's do 10, keep things nice and round for us. Horizontal is 1%, 10%. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go Objects, Expand. And we can always modify this line. This is the one that's pretty easy. So if I say I want these to go pretty much through the middle here. Maybe I want this one a little bit more down. Alright, good, good, good. I'm going to grab both of those. Object Expand. Let's go Object Expand. Now let's just grab each one of these. Shift E. Grab our little line. Shift A. Super easy. Easy, easy. Now since they're both expanded, I just want to double check that we're not at a weird tolerance level. So I'm grabbing basically the black, and I'm just coloring them black, by the way. If it's giving you some sort of like a grayed out, you can always modify that. We can also color these too. So let's pick this one. I'm just going to ungroup them for a second. Do a little option. Let's say you didn't have a good day right there. Oh, I say we are good to go. So I am just going to do, let's do kind of our light gray here. I don't need a stroke, a range. We're just going to send that all the way to back. And we have an adorable little teddy bear. So thanks for hanging out. This one was, I think this was a little fun one. It turned out pretty cute. So we do a bunch of Illustrator tutorials on this channel. I try and keep them pretty well in the cartoon range, but if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to learn, I am building up a couple new specific playlists that we're building upon previous knowledge. So this one is going to be all about a beginner playlist, so you guys can get accustomed to just using different tools, seeing what's available, and then also have the repetition, so you are using the pen tool, using your selections, starting to work on your shortcuts. So that is what we are going to be focusing on this playlist, just so you can start getting more confidence with Illustrator as we start developing more and more of the different skill sets and starting to add in all of the different tools. So thanks for hanging out. If you guys have questions as you're going through any of the tutorials, definitely make sure that you guys are putting those down. My students do read these comments, so thank you for being positive. I do appreciate that at all times. And thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys on the next tutorial.